Yep, we'll see what. We'll see if that holds up. As okay, so last week you guys had a couple minor issues with Ulfgar and his deity. Just a little
Again.
misunderstanding that resulted
Not
in
my
Fallout
deity
for
this
all.
time. It
Yeah,
wasn't my
it
deity.
was my mom's deity.
It was
Hashtag
your
not my
deity
deity.
as well because he did not stop it. He got lazy.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Notes. Yes. So you met. Holy cow. Ugh. You met some of the storytellers. Specifically, got to know a couple, and yeah, they're kind of strange. Eh, all on the same level as Supercan Sam too. Well, I mean, it's Supercan Sam. On this ship, you guys decide to go to Edwin's Cove, which is where Warden is from, and in the Magnificent Mansion, which belongs on the ship, you guys started to create your own living spaces. Had that little quarrel with Ulfgar and realized that when you scry or sending someone who is already possessed, if you are a divine spellcaster, you will be possessed in turn. Which is how you guys realize that Hope's mother is a victim of the God Plague.
On the bright side, inheritance.
Well, the father might still be alive, so we'll see. There is no bright side. Yes, so you...
Derek, get out of the recap.
Huh?
Derek, get out of the recap.
Oh my god, it took me a second, I understand. I wouldn't even put it past that group.
But yeah, you arrived at the... at the Swamp Village to Warden's vision of a palace made of almost obsidian-like glass, with a finger crackling with the sound of tinkling broken wine glasses, gesturing her to come. And that is where we ended that session. What would you like to do now that you've pulled into dock and are there?
Warden will turn to Raybar and Hope and go, she knows we're here.
Well, that sounds like a reason to not be here.
That sounds like a reason to get murdered in my sleep. Thanks. Some friend you are.
Well, for the time being, she hasn't done anything, right?
She is very active, and she wants me to go to her.
Well, for
Like,
the current
right
moment, you have
now.
not been harmed, have you?
I've been shattered? Do you know what kind of feeling that would be?
No?
Yeah, I don't necessarily know either, but I don't want to find out. So,
Well, I mean, to begin with, let's restock. We're a little bit...
Shores on supplies.
Yes.
I need some things.
just a little bit of a warning. They're a little bit stingy here.
Well, by what do you mean?
You might need to give up a little bit more than you're expecting. Just be careful.
Hey, you guys see me take my coin pouch, which is normally on my hip, and drop it into the bag of holding.
I said stingy, not grabby.
You can never be too careful.
What didn't say these people were thieves? They just said they were a little stingy.
And I wouldn't say that people at
Jeez.
Freedsmont are thieves, but they do have sticky fingers.
And they didn't back in Criella?
I don't know, did they? I never really experienced any. But better safe than
Ray-
sorry.
All right. We need at least another. And Hope's gonna kind of lower his voice a bit. 150 gold diamond, if I'm going to have that spell prepared. And as well as Hope, you see Hope kind of rack his brain for a moment. I've got. I think I got my pearl.
Well, you're probably not going to find many diamonds in the swamp, so my best bet for finding a gem trader is near the docks. This is kind of the trading hub of the island, so.
Yep,
Speaking of
and-
the swamp, it's so sticky.
Oh yeah, this is boggy, and there's a fog cloud that has rolled in, so it's a little harder to see, like deeper into the forest than you normally would. Usually happens
How bad are
this
the
time of
bugs?
day every day.
Very. Have you ever
Since
been to
you are
Louisiana?
not, yeah, since you are
No.
not lizard folk with scales, someone might confuse it with having your own fur coat.
Huh.
It's bad.
Can I'm gonna set my sword to light mode, to light stick, and I'm just gonna point it and walk with it outstretched, not threatening, but just as like a beacon for bugs to go to.
I'm assuming Warden would know how to deal with this, so she's probably one of the only ones that's not.
Yeah, so luckily this being a part of the Shanarakian nation, which is island cities all over the place, islands all over, trade is good. Like this isn't some rundown swamp village with nothing. They have a good economy, and that also includes a oil that repels bugs for the non-scale people.
Oh yeah, first buy. How much am I paying? Give it to me.
Uh, luckily, just 10 gold per vial, which will last you a week per person.
Oh, yeah, instantly. I'll buy like 10. I'll drop 100 gold, and that's just for the party.
Okay. Mark that down.
Covered
I
in-
think Hope is gonna look around for some form of not necessarily traveling jeweler, but like a general goods sale, like a general goods location. He's really fiending for that extra 150 gold diamond.
Probably
That he
be able
needs.
to lead you to that.
Yeah, he'll. What an. I Ulfgar should not be the one to cast this spell. But I can.
Okay.
So, I need another diamond, 150 gold worth at least. I
Oh.
I can bring someone back.
Well, kind of like I said, your best bet is not too far in. We'll probably find something here on the docks. Is there anything you're particularly looking for? I mean, you said you did gem, but
I need a
general goods store or a magic shop or.
potions wouldn't be remiss either. I'm sure we're all dried on supply of that one, and I need a pearl.
Okay. Right this way.
No, I need lead. Lots of
Out
it.
of character, do we split that loot?
I think Raybar's been keeping track of it.
What?
1 second, by the way.
What loot?
The 1,823 gold we have?
I have not been keeping track.
Well, there's a loot sheet right now.
Oh,
for,
the
like our
So the 1800 is I just threw into a party fund almost.
the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, if I were to have it, I have plenty of money of my own, so it probably would just end up being a dump into a party.
Yes.
party
So, and by the way, it can be changed. This sheet can be changed by everyone. So, tell you what, I'm
Yeah.
going to. I should have done this already, but I guess I didn't. Hand out. spilling.
That's a mood.
Like I said, finding lead might not be a bad thing. And Fowl, I know you need some.
Fowl would nod at that. He
Another-
just needs ammo at this point, so the only thing he would say is need brass, powder.
Don't you both need more intricate tools as well?
That would be a blessing. I mean, we don't need to buy them per se. I believe that we could just, Scott, correct me if I'm wrong, but we can see them and have a good understanding of how they are, and we can conjure them.
What exactly?
The tools, because I know the tool sets in this world are like bigger, right? You explained like the weaver's kit was a giant loom and stuff like that. Woodcarver's
Well,
kit was
the problem was not that you knew how to make them, but that the
unseen servants.
unseen servants did.
Okay.
Yes. So what they can understand is basically like, make me a hammer. Sure. Make me a hammer that's 10 pounds. Okay. Make me a hammer that has a 30-degree curve in the back, specifically made for prying metal in a certain degree. Nah, not really.
Okay.
Make me
So we
a
have to
stone
double check.
furnace. Boom, done, easy. Make me one of the bellows. That's about the limit what they can do.
Which we would have already had the most.
Yep.
The most they can give us. I would
Yep.
have gone
Yeah.
for.
Anything more intricate, you're gonna have to purchase and bring in, as far as I understood.
Well then, yeah, we need some intricate tools, and this might sound silly, but I might need a jeweler's kit. Some
Oh.
jewelry making tool.
I know you all had some bad experience with spyglasses, but I would like one as well. If we're to travel, a navigator's kit would be quite useful.
Also, this might come as a surprise, but any sort of, if there's a land, I know how to operate a cart if we need to, at some point. Just as future reference. I know probably not now, but future reference is a thing I can do. So if we want to get a cart, I do have the coin to be able to do that. I don't know how easy it would be to maneuver in a swamp with it, but
Forget about it entirely.
good idea.
A cart can just
besides,
be translated in this setting to a little fishing boat. They use like gondola kind of stuff to get around.
I was just about to ask about gondolas.
Oh, I can
Hope kinda-
navigate. I can navigate
Hope-
water vehicles.
Hope kind of motions to us, but don't forget, I can summon a disc if things get too heavy.
I suppose I should ask. Because of my background, I have land vehicles. Should I have water vehicles because I can't use land vehicles here?
I would, well, because this is
It's from the
small
folk era.
sea vehicles. This is easier. This is canoes. Sea,
Well, yeah.
water vehicles is full-on ships with rigging and sails and really complex stuff. So it's a little different. This, everyone can use a small rowboat like this.
Okay, fair.
Yeah, only when it comes to if you need to go through a quicksand-infested area, then that may be. Yeah.
That's fair.
From a ship perspective, the ship probably has carpenter's tools and weaver's tools, right?
Yeah, you would need
Repairs.
to mend the hull and sail.
Yeah, basics for repairing.
All right, cool. Because I did lose all of my tools when we had to run.
Actually, on this ship, you don't have any nails.
Ah,
Yeah, Sip Can
Well-
Sam just forgot to put it in inventory.
That
Well-
tracks.
Yeah.
Nails. We'll buy nails. Nails aren't expensive.
But first, we're going to General Traders for help. I believe.
Yes. So as
Well,
you as you come ashore, let's get my notes up. The first one that greets you is a.
We're staring at water, by the way. I don't know if that's intentional.
Oh, your character should be.
If you move, you can not be staring at water.
I am waiting on GM.
Oh, then
You are
in the
you are
wrong
bugged.
one. No, he's in the wrong one.
You want...
You want the normal one, not the player's world.
There we go.
It just moved me to a
Yeah, I
different
fetched
board
you.
for whatever reason.
Okay, so you went to Swamp Village?
He
Or
went to
the
the
boat.
boat, probably.
It actually had me on Apocrypha.
Which is the boat?
So
Oh right, yeah.
as you come ashore, the first interesting character you meet is a lizard folk looking almost like a crocodile. Comes at you guys. And instead of brandishing weapons in a furious battle, the way his expression and the way he walks is he's going in for a battle. He's ready to slaughter you guys or something, but instead of a weapon, he has a clipboard full of notes in his hand and a little abacus. You there, do you understand the docking fees?
Docking fees?
Yes, the
Oh,
docking.
yes, gonna kind
The
of-
one with fire in his beard said that he would pay for it.
So, it will be 1 platinum per week with optional, with extra fees with any docking damages, such as the ship rubbing against it, and you will also be responsible for any ne'er-do-wells you commit in town, and if you do, and he goes through an entire user's agreement list on this clipboard. You will be held responsible, and your ship may be repossessed if you cause enough damage to the village. And he is going on and on. You understand that once signing this, you will consent to any searches for illegal
Warden,
drugs
is this normal?
if we so deem desire. And despite the way he sounds, most of them are worded in a legalese way that's not like it's not too harsh. There's a bunch of small rules, like you can only dock on this side of the dock and not the other one. You have to have a mass of certain extent with the boat weighing down so far in the water. We are not responsible for paint chips or seagull poop that lands on your ship.
It's
5
the
minutes
whole.
later.
It's the whole user agreement.
Yeah, yeah.
Do
Until
you think Sam
finally,
will really pay for it?
a more
No, I
pale
don't
lizard folk woman comes up behind him. Excuse me, these are our guests. Canel, let's leave them to their business. And he looks at her. Yes, Councilwoman Zariel. Sorry. Canella. Yes, Councilwoman Canela. We will talk about this later. But sign here for your docking fees. All the way at the bottom.
Hope motions to Warden.
It's the one on the ship. He's got fire in his beard, blue fire. He's the one that said that he would pay the docking fees.
Warden, we both know he's not gonna pay it. I'm gonna just take the clipboard, sign, drop 10 gold.
Excuse me, this is 10 gold, not 1 platinum.
I don't have any solid platinum pieces. Sorry, I have equivalent, but
No,
not solid.
please, just leave them to their business. But the legalese... Go! Be gone. And with a slumping tail it's dragging behind him, he goes. I'm sorry for that. Please, I am Head Chief Candela. I am also the head merchant as well, as that is how we kind of decide our chieftains by our businesses. So if you need any supplies or crafts or art made, my business can handle that. We have all our goods for basic ship repairs, ship stocking out in front here for your convenience in loading, but how long will you be staying with us?
Holmes stays quiet, looks in Warden's direction because he's not really certain himself.
Faldos points back to the ship. Blue guy, beard.
I
They're
don't
not
think
the
we're going to
cap-
be staying long.
Because they're not the captains of the ship.
A week, maybe 2.
That's good to hear. We have many accommodations that are worthy of such heroes as yourself to enjoy. After all, ship living can get quite dull, especially in such a small vessel for so many people.
We actually have friends in town. It'll be fine.
Oh, I know everybody in town. Who'll it be?
It's actually not in town. It's a little bit further out of town.
Well, town
The
is
game warden.
Town is a very loose term. The game warden. I'm sorry, we haven't had a game warden in years. Do you mean Addled Alvin?
Yeah, the old one.
Addled Alvin, yes. He should be coming into town within the next week or so, but I can direct you and arrange transportation for you to meet him.
I know the path. Don't worry.
So, let's see. You will have two resupply here. She goes down the list of things. We have this here, and she points at this young, more blue lizard folk woman. Uh, this is just a. I'm giving you warnings ahead of time. This is Kazal. She's going to try to sneak into your ship. Excuse me, I will not. Yes, you will. You always try.
I'm gonna look her dead in the face. I'm going to tell you once, you do not want to do that. Trust me, it's more trouble than it's worth.
You don't know what it's like to be stuck on this island and have a dad who won't let you leave his sight for more than a minute.
I'm telling you right
Well,
now, this island is where you want to be. You don't want to be anywhere else.
In
I-
in Draconic, I'm going to go ahead and say I know full well.
And he's just rambling. Just basically, you don't want to deal with the people that are on the ship. They're, but it's just he's going.
Well,
Val
I've seen
just looks
adventures
at this,
high sea
looks
would
back
be
and
amazing.
forth, and then he just points to the smaller one, points to himself, pops a clout. You would die, and just pops the clout back in.
Wow.
Val just turns to Raybar. What? Not wrong.
No, you're not. But you don't. We'll talk about it later. Just don't. I promise you, it's more trouble than it's worth. Find the next ship that comes in. Just you don't want to play on us.
Is it? But believe me, that's not from us. Hope gives a nervous laugh. Our captain's a bit.
Insane.
And as you look at her better, you realize that she's not just lizard folk, but she is in fact a little smaller than most of them are, and is in fact half kobold. As another man comes rushing into the dock. This one darker, saying, Kaisel, where have you gone? You better not be hiding away. There you are. And he goes up to her. The head chieftain, Canella, she's going to say, this is our councilman, Ziriel. Ziriel is our official shipwright and carpenter. So if you wish any modifications done to your ship, you can get him. Just don't let him onto your ship. He gets extremely seasick. It's not the seasick. It's the because
Bosun
those
that
things are
gets
dangerous
seasick.
crafts. Could sink at any minute.
A bosun that has a fear of ships. Interesting.
Yes, but with his extreme fear, he has managed to. It is not a fear. It's a claustrophobia, medically charged. Yes, yes, it is.
Yeah.
You will not find a safer ship or safer modifications done to your ship by anyone in probably the world.
This guy is the OSHA agent of this area, everyone.
Basically.
Well, I'm gonna say the same thing. There's a high likelihood that the captain will not take a fancy of any touching of the ship, so although I might respect your skills, it probably won't be necessary. Just for everyone's safety.
Captain, they're very
Possessive.
picky.
Insane,
Possessive.
crazy, nuts.
Lots of words. But good people, at
You
least.
hear from all of your tankards. I heard that,
Of course you did,
We
Sam.
know
I'm-
you did.
and I'm flattered.
Of course you are.
Point proven.
Anyways, we will keep you in mind for any ship-related tasks.
Of course. Yeah.
Did we need nails?
Lots.
Well, there's something we need.
Yeah, that's among the
Good.
general goods. Probably 5 gold per pound, and you'll need maybe 4 pounds, so 20 gold in
Good.
total for a
Oh,
full
it's-
ship's permanent stock.
Okay. 4 pounds of nails, 20 gold. Are we gonna take that out of the pot, or
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, and just as a reminder, in Roll20, I put up a party loot handout that you all should be able to edit and add a party loot to.
okay? I think we had a loot one already.
You had a loot that you got, the things that you got from. So the loot is what I'm going to be adding if you get a large haul of stuff, and then you
Okay.
transfer that to your party loot. So every time you go on a new
Ah,
adventure with a
okay.
bunch of new things, that loot will update.
Okay.
All right.
You
So
can copy that, put it in there, and all that.
I got it. Continue.
Yes, now come along, let's get out of these nice men's way. As he takes his daughter away.
Should I be offended?
probably.
Hmm. You live here or lived here. You would probably know better than us.
Maybe he already forgot you, Warden. Maybe it's getting worse.
Oh my god. And then she's just gonna slug him.
You know, Raybar. One of these days she's going to strike like a sciatic nerve or something, and you're gonna feel that for like a week.
Now I need to
What?
start looking up where that is.
Things change. I was trying to copy things and things.
Val just slowly starts clapping behind Warden. Had Hope just helping.
Look, I'm not going to be the only one in this group that gets shit on, Raybar.
No, I deserve that.
Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and preempt my friends here. We're looking for gemstones, a gemstone trader.
Yes, we have so many gemstones, things that come through here that we use for magic rituals and stuff. What are you looking for exactly?
Diamonds.
And a pearl. I did not mean to make a Pokemon reference, but here we are.
Yes, we have plenty of those, especially pearls. This swamp actually is almost renowned for our black pearls, and are just as good, if not better and rarer. And she escorts you to a stall where a cranky old lizard folk man beams up at you all. Usually the facial expression is in like a permanent scowl and the "what do you think you're doing here at my shop?" demanding, you know, prices off, like you actually did care about something. What normally is that kind of merchant, by all appearances, turns out to be a very friendly man. Yes, what can I get for you? I've got diamonds and gold and jewels of all kinds, shapes, and sizes for your spellcasting needs.
Warden will gesture to Hope.
I need a diamond worth at least 150 gold, and a pearl worth at least 100.
Of course. And he pulls out this kind of arcane glass, kind of glass display that's about a foot by foot. And he reaches in and looks at a couple, gets out a little jeweler's eyepiece, and eventually selects everything that you need. Yes, that'll do nicely. Yep, so he has all of the gold and jewels and diamonds that you would need.
Hope will pick up a diamond worth at least 150 gold, and then a pearl worth 100.
Okay, mark that down. And it's
The-
going to be a black pearl, which the only difference between this and others is it slightly makes necromantic and, yeah, slightly makes necromantic spells more powerful and like darkness spell.
Is it okay for me to pull that from the party loot table? Is that cool with everyone? I can't edit the party loot table for some reason, but could someone mark off 250
Should be able
for
to
me?
be edited and changed. You have to click actually edit on the top right.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, it just won't even open the page for me for some reason. I'm not really sure. Let me refresh Roll20 and see if that fixes it.
Okay.
Actually, I do have something that I am looking for potentially for my tinkering arts. I need a diamond of at least 50 gold.
He has plenty of those.
And potentially, this is going to be strange, but do you have quartz sand?
Let's see. We have. I don't, but a arcane components person down the line does.
Right.
And easy enough, you do actually find someone who does arcane components. Like there's bat guano, there's all kinds of weird things that normally shouldn't be in demand, but are all components for good spells.
Would like some. Could I possibly have? I don't know, maybe 3 pounds of quartz sand?
Yep. So that should have a price in your spell list, right?
What? No, I'm using it to make glass.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that would probably be not too bad. It would probably be for how many pounds was it?
We'll go 4 pounds.
Quartz sand, since sand is heavy in pounds, that's like 4 good-sized sacks of it. I would say 75 gold.
Alright.
Yeah, so that's a lot of it. Yeah.
125 actual move. And
Well, I'd say 50. It's not a
50.
actual magical thing.
Fowl would speak up to the guy. Do you? Oh, sorry. You have lead?
Yes, not too much of it, but he pulls out a couple bars of solid lead. Each one is a platinum piece.
Platinum?
Or 10
Okay.
gold. I'm not that
Platinum.
stingy.
Fowl's just gonna count out his personal 10 gold for the bars.
Okay. Each bar it's hefty. It's almost a foot long, and it's a solid length of lead.
Surely, I'll take 3 of those as well.
Yeah.
How many bars do I get for the 10 gold?
It's 1 bar for 10 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a solid ingot of lead, so we can
Yeah.
make plenty. With 4 total, we can make plenty of ammo.
Yes, I would
With
say
that,
each
Fowl's gonna
bar.
buy 2 at least.
Yeah, each individual bar could make 50 bullets.
Okay, so
That's-
we've got 200 bullets.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Apologies, my cat is on my desk.
I'm gonna open up the bag. I'm gonna put the bars in the bag of holding. I'm gonna look at Fowl. Fowl, do you want to carry that around all day, or do you want to put it in here?
Fowl considers, then just puts it in the bag.
All right. I close and just.
Oh yeah. So we're aware, everyone. I separated the 150 diamonds that we already had from the gem stockpile, and I just put a separate category for diamonds.
Yeah, sounds good.
So we know that we have stuff for things like that.
Yep. After that, I was gonna ask black powder. Got?
Just a little bit. And he pulls out a little sack of it. It's mainly used for some trickster spells, but I'm assuming you're a gunslinger.
Foul would not.
That's not something. That's one of the few things we don't have in supply. But this is the sack I have for 5 gold, and it's a small pouch. It's probably good for maybe 10 bullets.
Five gold.
5 gold, yeah.
Scott,
Mm-hmm.
how much would I know about making black powder? Because Reese knows how to make black
Yeah,
powder.
I was gonna say Foul definitely knows, given he was making his own. He would next up ask.
Calcium chloride, so seashells, charcoal, and sulfur.
He would ask for saltpeter. Just going. You have saltpeter.
Unfortunately not.
What about a decent quantity of sulfur, seashells, and just run-of-the-mill charcoal?
Or wood. Foul would add.
Or wood, yes. You're fine.
So how much have we spent so far? I marked off the 250.
Anything that I've said, I have taken out of my personal.
Yep. Foul would
Okay.
spent the 20 gold for the 2 bars on his own. That's out of his personal
Okay.
purse.
I've still got $4 grand to spend on stuff that I need, so I won't be taking anything out of personal.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's what I needed.
Unfortunately, Foul's willing to go broke before he's willing to actually spend party funds.
So hope is spending party funds partly because this should benefit the party at large.
Right.
It's going to be fun for me with how Foul's actually making his bullets. He's going to be setting up like a little dropper for the lead, just so when it melts down, it drops and the little beads fall into the water, and that's how he makes his buckshot. They're just immediately cooled.
I like how you're making it like mass produced, and I'm like taking my time to forge each bullet.
I mean, that's just how Foul is.
That's how Raybar.
He's pretty much industry. He's pretty much industry right there.
And Raybar's Smith by trade.
I mean, it's also a matter of their bullets. Like if I was making normal bullets, he'd do it the hard way too. But he's making buckshot. It's not going to be a pretty thing.
It's literally pellets.
Exactly, and the best way to get almost identical spherical pellets is just let them become beads as they fall, and just have them cool in the water the minute they hit it, instead of actually splattering against anything. Perfectly round beads.
I know what I'm gonna do. I know how to solve an issue I've been having with Raybar. So I figured it out. I done figured it out. I need brass.
Yep, that's next on the list.
Yes, you need brass.
I need brass. I need copper, and I need silver.
Welcome back. Oh yeah, silver definitely.
No, it's specific.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, DM me.
I'll DM you, yeah.
So, what do
Welcome back, Scott.
all need? What do you want?
Brass.
Hope is going to turn to Warden. How large is the swamp? How long do you think we're going to be traveling?
I'm gonna roll a nature check for that.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, brass
Or nature or survival? Which one do you think would be more
survival,
applicable?
I would say actually, for traversing. Yeah, and you would have advantage. This is your home turf, so 19. You know that he doesn't live that far out of town. It's more for convenience than like danger or anything like that. Because
And if we decide to go deal with Nintra?
Nintra, now that is deeper in the swamp. The further you go, the more overgrown it gets. Apparently, this island, like forever ago, was risen out of the sea by a whole bunch of druids that just wanted to live on their own. It was just a. It wasn't actually servicing from the water. They just grew it. But that was
Thus the
thousands of years
namesake.
ago.
Val would eventually speak up, though. Sorry to interrupt.
You're fine.
He'd pull out 3 gold coins, exchange for silver, and set them on the counter.
So you're looking for brass, was it?
Yep, brass, but also Val wants to exchange 3 gold coins for the equivalent in
30
silver
silver.
coins.
Yep.
So to answer your question, it's a couple hours out of town.
So it is
Okay.
from town, probably about under an hour to get to him, and then not sure how far into the actual overgrown nature thriving areas into wherever this glass place was.
She would be for going to her dad's place. She would be overestimating for a large group.
Yeah, it would still be under an
It-
hour.
Is there anything we should worry about? I don't. Do we need?
Oh,
to
lots of
keep
things.
bringing- Well, clue me in because I'm not from here.
Warden is just going to start listing off dangerous beasties that live in the water.
Scott,
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing you a list. I don't want to take up the party's time because my list is kind of large. So I'll write up the list and DM it to you.
Fair enough. And as far as dangerous creatures, one of the people that you do remember from your childhood is a eel folk named Kumona. He is a huge fisherman. That's all he does. Talks about fish, is obsessed with fish, and the thing that you learn from him most is that the more dangerous the wildlife here, the wildlife around here is, the more delicious it is. Just something about their survival and the meat, like, and a specific cooking technique that they've done here. It's the basis of economy. It's the reason many people come here is to get some fish and teleport it to their desired locations. And there can be some really delicious delicacies here. The bone-eating piranhas, especially, delicacy in
So all in all, very good eating.
but very dangerous.
No,
Well-
that's how Warden finishes off her list.
Hope's face kind of turns pale. Well, we're not. I wouldn't say we're incompetent.
You guys see Raybar is sitting there in a sketchbook, in like his design book, writing a list of stuff furiously. For once, you see him fully focused.
Raybar?
What? Yes?
What's up?
Nothing? Goes back
I
to
said
writing.
heads up, and she'll point behind you.
What? And I turned around.
She's gonna try to push him into the water.
Okay.
Is that a dex save?
Acrobatics versus
Or is that kid-
athletics.
Acrobatics or
Yeah,
athletics?
for both.
Versus athletics. So me athletics, you acrobatics, I believe.
Or either way.
Yeah.
I'm
In
gonna
this case, it's not
I'm
really
gonna take it
travel.
at disadvantage because I was not paying attention.
It would mainly be athletics.
Athletics. Why do I have a plus? Oh, would I be acrobatics trying to not fall?
Yeah, acrobatics to not fall, or athletics to stay sturdy.
Okay,
whereas
acrobatics
athletics
not fall. I'm taking disadvantage because I wasn't prepared.
Okay.
It didn't matter.
Didn't matter. But I'm as soon as I'm an inch before wings.
Good, because
That's
right where the dock is, there's a crap ton of spikes all over the place, kind of protecting the dock, making it a safe area from all these gators and crazy wildlife. So you would have been a shish kebabbed.
And Scott, anything?
Anything as far as
My wings?
you said
um,
good because it would have been.
Let me roll something.
Oh, you're
Yeah, I'm scared. But I need to say it that I'm using wings because it's a thing.
Okay, so the wings aren't the problem. You can pop those out. They're a physical ability that you've had from birth, not a direct gift from a god that has a connection still. The other people don't really know a lot about what's been going on, and since you haven't been threatening them, they don't know that there's a severe. None of these people are religious in the way, so they have been sealed off from the craziness that's been happening. They saw a bright light, heard a god. So luckily, none of them know that all religious people are now suspect and probably will get thrown in jail, even if they popped out wings.
Okay. I float back up. That was a cheap shot.
Maybe you'll think twice about making
Raybar
those jokes
slugs
from now
sword.
on.
Just
I'm
full
going
on
to try to
slug.
dodge it, so
That's an attack.
against AC.
Okay.
That barely hits.
You take 3 points.
Nope, 1 point.
Yeah, it's just your strength modifier.
Oh, and you're only proficient. Okay.
You get 1 point of damage. As I just went. Charlie horse.
You two are literally an old married couple, aren't you?
Shut up. Back to writing.
Fowl just looks at them, turns to the owner of the store. 2 rings.
Hope smiles at that.
Bruno doesn't notice.
I'll chip in.
At them. Ah, yes, we have some very nice platinum rings that are perfect for them. And the jeweler that you were talking to previously pulls out of his things. Yes, a size 3 and a size 5.
If you do buy those rings, I'm going to give you to the Archfey living in the woods. Like,
Why
as a
would you
gift.
say that?
The chiefess turns to you. You know about her?
Unfortunately.
Yes.
You see, there's kind of an issue. People have been forgetting about me. I kind of lived here for a while.
You probably forgot about her, to be 100% honest.
Strange things have been happening to those living deep in the woods. Not bad things, but strange. If you're adventurous, I don't see any pins or anything. I would love to hire you to investigate.
I mean, we can bring back any information. What are you thinking for a price range?
You will be paid handsomely for any services you perform while out there. Even if it's just
Such as?
gathering.
What all needs done?
I don't know. We haven't been able to form a party willing to mess with the Fae since there haven't been actual attacks or anything dangerous. Nobody's been willing to mess with them.
If we bring back information for you, that could be.
Hang on 1 second. How bad have the poachers been recently? They live pretty deep in the woods.
They've just become a little stranger, like adult Alvin. He's the worst. He's been living far out, but not really worst, I should say. He's changed. He left a.
That's because he's forgotten his daughter entirely.
I didn't know he had a daughter.
Yes,
Exactly.
I forgot that as well. That's what we're trying to explain here. This is the Forgotten One. That's a good title. A nice ring to it. But yes, people forget her if you're not near her for a long amount of time.
I
Considering the
think
fact it's been 5 years, I'd say that's long enough.
I'm sorry to hear that. But yes, if you go in and we will pay you a good price for whatever you return with information or especially the news that there is no actual trouble to be found. Of course, I can't give you a solid price now, but just know it. We do mean well.
What's the price for a head of an archdruid?
I don't know if she's causing trouble. Then we'll see.
Warden,
Don't get your hopes up, Warden.
it's perfectly possible we maybe just looking for this dryad. I mean, Faye, they're
We should talk about this a little bit more and figure out what we're going to do. And then come back with some more information and proper questions.
You said that Alvin has been strange. What's been so strange about him?
Well, he's become less of a like a tracker and a actual warden, and more of a I don't know the proper word in this language. And in Draconics, she says the equal of a cross between a class clown, jester, and storyteller. A bit of juggling mixed in.
Got super quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Are there equivalents to enamel paints in this world?
Enameled paints. What are those again?
They're paints that get pretty hard, generally used in standard dice use enamel for the lettering or the numbering normally. Like nice dice use enamel. I just need like
say
dyes,
probably not.
paints, stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say probably not.
Okay.
Send my shopping list to you, by the way.
If he's
I'll look into that. I'll have it to you later. No, that's not too much. Yeah, I'll just send a price to you of all of those combined later.
don't forget to cook dinner.
Yep.
Don't forget to cook dinner.
you guys see Warden kind of turn pensive. She's like chewing on her lip, trying to think of.
I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that's not what you remember.
What I remember is the truth. Obviously, you are correct. It's just
Bit much.
I don't know. I don't know if that's him. If we're dealing with the Fae,
Yes, he used to be a sort of serious man, a good hunter and reliable, but now he's become more of an entertainer. We sometimes bring the children out to listen to his stories. Like I said, it's not a bad change. It's just a change.
Warden, what I'm hearing is that we need to go and see him.
probably for the best. Good thing that's where we're going right now.
And I
Or
will
at least
get
once
ship
we're
ready
done
for you
shopping.
guys when you're ready to leave.
Thank you.
Okay.
Are you two done? I don't know. Writing love poems to each other in your books? I don't.
Not writing love poems, writing down a list of supplies.
The jeweler has measured your finger size just by looking at them from a distance with his jeweler's thing. He's that good. And he has some rings ready to go if you want to purchase them.
How
God.
much?
3 platinum.
How much?
So 30 gold.
Three.
30 gold each.
Val just looks at Hope. Pay half.
He nods, but Hope there's a mild look of concern as Hope looks at his coin purse, but he agrees and pays half.
And Val pays the other half.
Okay. Yeah, and it is a platinum ring with the thinner one has a line of black pearls with kind of opal mixed with them to make a brilliant contrast that's catching of the eye.
Val
You
just
guys, the
walks
other one's just a
over.
band.
Walks over with the plainer one, which seems less valuable, and just drops it in Raybar's hand. Like, he just drops it on the notebook. Raybar's got both hands occupied.
Yeah. What? Sure.
Warden
And-
clicks her tongue and walks off.
Raybar actually takes a second and sees what it is, and as soon
Hope
as
gives
Warden
the other one to
stops-
Raybar.
I was just about to say, takes the other one and throws it in his bag. Hey, they're valuable. They'd be worth something like that. Keeps
Like,
writing.
the,
his book.
the craftsmanship is actually very very impressive.
Yes, it is. Like again, trade with these super useful smiles. But continue.
Hope does have a
Onwards.
mild.
What's the issue? Oh,
As Warden walks off, I'm just worried about the situation. That's all.
so am I. Very, but
We should go.
definitely, and we can definitely not let her go alone. No matter what happens, all of us stay
But-
together.
But believe me, you don't need to tell me that. Hope is actually going to turn to Ulfgar. And Ulfgar,
I
No
hope.
magic.
avoid the magic. However, and you can see Hope channel like just a light spell pops into his hand. Should I've been looking for diamonds to prep for the risk of one of us going before our time. If one of us goes down and out, I can bring one of us back.
Yes, lad. I understand. What are you asking of me of that?
And I should ask this question when we're all together. And Hope is going to look around for Warden for a moment.
I pre-rolled my stealth.
I noticed. I'm not good at these.
Oh, it's a perception, right? I'm okay at perception.
Does anyone see Warden? Not when you roll a natural one.
On my screen, it says 2 7s. Or no, that's not me. On me, yeah, that's Ow. No. Shit.
Shit. Ulfgar, do you see Warden anywhere?
I'm just in the cup. Hey, dumbass, where'd you go?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Weatherman.
Weather boy. Say that. Say that.
I'm sorry, lad. I've been a bit distracted thinking through everything. I don't think I've spotted a warden anywhere.
You know what? The nat one tracks because I've been so focused in my book.
Warden, where are you going?
I'm going to see if I can find some of the shadier parts of town.
I mean, this is a swamp. Almost every place is shady, but
Was that a pun?
Shady dealings.
yes.
I'm here for it.
Most of the shady dealings don't happen in town at all. It's always out in the outskirts, away where, like, literally nobody would pick up on anything happening.
Even shady exports?
There is a secret dock you've had to keep your eye on sometimes, because black market dealings are not allowed but permitted, as long as like some of the people out there can pop in sometimes to make sure it's okay. This is a couple drugs. This is a weapon that's a little more powerful than others, and not like you are bringing slaves in.
Shipping or
Come on.
nuke codes or something like that.
Okay,
Skooma!
so fairly certain that they've forgotten who I am. I'm just going to stroll in there and pull out some of the death pepper seeds.
At
And
first,
say,
they're ready to shove some things away that they may think are on the borderline, but seeing your contraband, they talk among themselves. We have a couple. We have a couple blow darts that could use that. And he takes the seeds to crush them up into powder, add them to a blow dart that will. Yeah, nope. Whoever gets that is not going to have a good day. 3rd-degree internal burns. Yeah, no.
Ooh.
Payment for
Or
our
like
seeds.
2nd-degree, but still.
I mean, internal burns are a lot more dangerous than external ones.
Oh yeah.
I
There's a
have a
reason that it's
question.
legal, but that because it's illegal for how much are you giving them? Probably.
I'd probably give them like half of one plant.
Okay, so that'll get enough powder for maybe half a dozen or a dozen shots. I would say 350 gold.
Thank you, fine gentlemen.
They nod.
If you would like to have some more, I wouldn't recommend coming back to me. In this case, I was able to slip away, but there is quite the eye upon me.
And yeah, to go there, you did have to walk through this pathway through the trees that only a couple people know about. And it would have taken you about 15-minute walk. So taking those 15 minutes coming back, the rest of them are doing things. Do me a favor and give me a survival check and then just like a dex saving throw to make sure you don't, Okay, yeah. You know the path, so dex save.
Read that whenever you
Fortunately,
get a chance, Scott, but it's not super
Fortunately, I'm good at both of those things.
And have advantage because home turf.
Okay.
Is this favorite? I just have to ask. Is your favorite terrain swamp? Really?
I don't
focused
have
swamp?
favorite terrain anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, this is home turf, more of knowledge of the area rather than stat.
So yeah, Warden will just kind of appear, like the that gif from The Office.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys roll just a couple checks for
someone link it. I don't know off the top of my head.
creatures popping up to see if you stumble into anything, or if you do, for the sake of brevity, we'll do a couple 1-second battle. So roll dex, just a straight dexterity check. Okay, athletics. Constitution.
Saving throw or just normal?
Just straight up. Holy cow. Okay. Let's do one more athletics check. Okay, 7. Even from this distance, you all hear Wardens scream, and there's a battle obviously going on.
I'm gonna fucking die in the woods.
That's why
Both
we told her not
eyes
to go
narrow.
alone.
Do I know the direction of the scream?
Yeah, I was loud enough with that Constitution check. You know exactly where it is. It's just out of town, maybe 5 minutes. It was a good scream.
Towards the scream.
Oh, shit. All right.
Double
Help
dash,
is
double dash, double dash.
Yep, help is going. Do we know from what direction it came from?
Yes, so you're following that direction, and it's gonna take you a while to get there because you aren't Warden. Couple minutes.
Got a couple minutes. Don't even count us in the like in anything.
Yeah,
Whatever's
so
happening
Warden,
is happening.
how long can you hold your breath for? Remind me.
That's just your Constitution bonus.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
minute.
it's
Or
I
mod.
think
1 minute plus con, I believe.
So you can hold your breath for 3 minutes.
yeah, 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, yeah. Then you will
I think you make a
survive.
con save every round.
So
Sure, the 3
I'm
minutes.
going to write something up for Warden real fast, just so she knows what's going on. But basically, you arrive and dripping wet, still alive though. But I need to text you something. We'll message you something. So give me a couple minutes. The rest of you guys can talk about things.
What?
What did I say literally before you left? Literally the moment before you left. Well, whenever you left. But when we noticed you were gone.
Oh no, I wasn't there.
Fuck. I said we stay together. Always. Shit's dangerous out here. Poe's mad. No, he doesn't say
You stupid Raybar.
that.
You stupid for that.
I'm glad he didn't, because Warden would have taken one of the poisoned arrows and just fucking shoved it in his ribcage.
Hey, guys. Moon's haunted.
Yeah. What?
Moon's haunted.
I just got that. That was a 14 joke.
No, it was actually a Destiny joke, funny enough.
I mean, that was just a Tumblr post originally.
Yeah, but that it got because it came out that post was put out around the time as Shadow Keep from Destiny 2, where you go back to the moon. The moon's haunted. Got it. Moon's haunted. What?
It's good forever. I need to scroll down further. So
We
Yeah,
can just
got it.
ping you real quick.
I sent my list of stuff and some stuff, and some things, but
Is there anything we needed to know what it was? Hope kind of looks to the rest of the group. I swear there was something we had that needed identifying.
I point to Warden.
Ooh. Am I... You said that I'm safe now, right?
yeah, so I'm just
Dripping
gonna
wet, but
tell
safe.
you basically the gist of what happened. It may.
Actually, seriously, use that magic on Warden.
I'm not sitting here for 10 minutes while I'm soaking wet.
We can. Why don't we go back on the ship, and give me
Warm
some
up.
time to prepare it, and I
Right.
will have it casted. It can't hurt to
Maybe
cast
that-
it on myself either, but I get the feeling, Wolfgar, that maybe we shouldn't do it on you.
That
Sorry,
sounds like
what
a
are you
bad idea.
casting? Oh.
Identify.
I don't know what you fear from casting Identify on me.
Well,
Oh.
well, if ascending to my mother can cause that,
A connection to you on magical level.
might cause
Some-
me to.
This seems like a bad idea. And although I'm pretty sure we could put Hope down pretty quickly, I don't want
I'm
to.
not. I'm not exactly made of plate. I have bones of glass.
As I elbow
Oh.
you. As you say
But-
it, I elbow you.
Ow! What? Why?
Point proven. But Scott, after all the shopping, how much time has passed? It's been a decent amount of shopping.
Yeah, it's been about an hour.
Oh. Damn. With quick shopping. Because it would be all the stuff on each of our lists as well. And I need some more. Actually, I forgot.
Ooh!
Detailed
I need
things
blueprint
like
and
that, it
paper.
may be a little over an hour, but
Yeah, I
Hope
need.
things. Yeah, I forgot something. Scrolls,
And potions.
scrolls, potions, and ink and paper. More. I can add more spells to my book. That might be useful.
Doesn't Hope have prestidigitation?
He does not actually. I
Who
did not
did?
take that cantrip.
As you say that, hope I look to you. I have the ability to make us walk on water, though. Kind of points to
It's
points
too
to
late
the
for
holy
that.
amulet. That
I
is a
just
ritual.
want someone to clean me up. That's all I'm asking.
Wait, you're just covered in water?
I am
Yeah.
soaked to the bone, apparently.
Okay.
so you obviously went through some kind of battle in the water, and you see the slithering of some maybe boa constrictor run away.
Hope kind of.
Look,
Okay.
I
Warden.
light a torch, and I'm just holding it. It's best I can do.
I can create a bonfire, but maybe not on a wooden structure. That would be bad, because it will set that structure aflame.
Didn't one of you do prestidigitation, or was that
That would be Nathaniel.
God damn it!
Fucking Nathaniel.
Okay, this will work. So, sorry for the
I have plenty of warmth and shit in the boat if you want to go dry off. I literally have a whole hallway of fire.
Warden just kind of sighs. We're probably gonna knock each other off the fucking boat anyway. Let's just go.
Go to the boat
Let's
or go into the swamp.
into the swamp to see my dad.
As I kind of needed to drop some stuff off real quickly.
Okay.
And
Sense.
Go do that. I will ask around about ritual spell scrolls, ink and paper, and potions, and we'll meet back up here. 15 minutes.
give it 20. I want to finish up this sketch.
All right. Warden, you might as well go with him and dry off.
Hope I'll join
Yeah,
you.
sure.
Near.
Faust's gonna go with Raymar because he kind of needs to put his own stuff back in his forge,
Right.
and it's
And
in the
what
bag
did-
of holding.
What did Warden say to
Fine.
Hope? I missed it.
Fine, yeah, sure, whatever.
Come on.
And Hope will nod to Ulfgar and just kind of wave a finger in his direction. Not accusatorily, but like, no spellcasting.
I am not a child, Hope.
I'm sorry. It just.
Don't worry.
It spoke to me. I'm sorry.
I understand. But I'll come with you. Let us see
Uh,
what we can find. I
Hope
have some
nods.
rituals myself that perhaps would be useful for you to learn, given
well-
the state as it is.
I need a scroll, which is
I
going to be its own. Hope is going to ask around about ritual spell scrolls, ink, health potions, and paper.
They got all that. Yep.
What ritual spell scrolls are available?
Mostly low-level ranger spells.
Which I think you
It's a
need
ritual.
wizards.
No, there's a couple.
I'm looking for things like Leomin's Tiny Hut.
There's a couple, but they're not ritual.
I would say Lemon's Tiny Hut would be available. This is the place that would use that.
For how much?
What level? Third level, right?
Yeah, it'll be a
Yes,
third.
it's a,
Yeah.
I would
It's a good
Rangers
one.
don't get ritual casting.
Yeah, they
500
do.
gold for that.
No, they don't.
Well, at least beast sense, animal messenger, speak with animals. Those are all ritual spells.
Mhm.
Ritual spells, not ritual cast.
Right, but that doesn't matter for Hope.
Because I can ritual cast.
Yes.
Right.
I'm just trying to figure out what materials I would need for that as well. Give me one moment. I apologize.
While they
Like
do
Tiny
that,
Hut? Tiny Hut doesn't have any mature materials.
yes, it does.
In terms
believe-
of cost?
No, not in terms of cost, but it does have materials.
I do have an
Right.
arcane focus, so I guess it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, as long as the materials don't have a cost, they don't matter to.
Hope is going to nod. He'll purchase the scroll as well as the ink required and paper required to transcribe it in his book.
It needs a small crystal bead. This material. While they're doing that, I'll help Fowl unpack, and I'll unpack, and then me and Fowl. I want to talk to Fowl about what I've sent to you, Scott, and I've DM'd to Fowl, and
Yep,
I just want
and-
his help on it.
While Fowl wouldn't be able to really talk, obviously he would happily point out little things with the sketch here and there and adjust, like take a little copy of the sketch or take a piece of paper of his own and scribble a few notes that might help.
Right.
Just
We're
going
gonna-
from the idea of let's make a few things more universal and easier to place in case they break.
Yep. So we're just working together to make what I
Okay.
sent you.
100,
The
so
design.
600.
While they're nerding out, Warden has
650.
gone up.
Oh, they're nerding.
Warden, what?
While they're nerding out, Warden has gone up into the crow's nest and is sunning herself dry instead of actually changing.
I have a hallway of fire.
If Warden actually went into Fowl's area, she'd probably be dry in no time because he's got a massive forge at this point.
Yeah, but she's just gonna do it the natural way with the sun.
For some reason, a
She's
party
probably
loot
used to it.
keeps breaking for me. So can someone take out 600 GP from the party loot?
Yeah. Party loot. Oh, we're burning through it. So we're at 973.
And that will take me 6 hours to transcribe. So he's going to, when Raybar comes back with the back of holding, he's going to load the scroll, the paper, and the ink into the bag of holding to keep them dry. Wow. Actually, I don't need to buy paper because it goes right into my Book of Shadows. But still, it costs 25 per spell level. And I have 25 gold worth of ink already because I bought extra. And he will put that in, and then he will wait till we go to
Sorry about that.
Warden's father's house to do that transcription.
Sounds good.
I don't know why you're doing that whenever he just may not let us in.
Right.
Well, Hope can't do it now, so either it's then or tonight when we sleep.
So, sorry, I missed a bit because my sister barged in my room. Just quick synopsis.
When you come back, Hope will be putting the scroll and ink into the bag of holding that he purchased.
Okay. I'm still with Fowl. We're still just
Right.
Yes. So
Well-
by the end, you guys have sent me all of your lists, and I'll get you the total cost from all of that.
right. And if you need me to make a roll for what we've been talking about, I will.
So, Ulfgar, that's a scroll found. That should keep us safe while we're traveling outside the boat, at least.
What
Hope's
rituals
trying to
do you
think.
have, lad, at this point?
At this point, I have that scroll, which is a tiny hut. I have Find Familiar, Identify, Tensor Splitting Disc, and that is it, actually.
Nothing to detect magic, poison, or along those lines.
Not yet.
I will fix those
Do you-
gaps myself.
Do you-
I believe
do
the
you know
lower
how to-
levels, the simpler magic, does not seem to draw my god's attention.
If you can make a scroll of
I don't
your
think
methods at some point, I could totally transcribe them with enough ink.
Can clerics write scrolls?
We can ritual cast, but I believe any spellcaster can do it, but it's based on Arcana, which is not what clerics are good at.
Right. So yeah, might not work.
I have a pretty high chance of failure, as they should there.
And I think it doesn't matter because it is on the wizard spell list. Because that's how Book of Shadows works.
I do not have the goal to attempt it, lad. Though I would do so if I did.
No, it's all right. It's just, you know, we don't have to spend anything to cast things as a ritual. It just takes a little longer.
Alright. It is convenient for you to have them, for you seem to be able to not need to memorize them each day.
Yes, but my power is very limited. I get 2 quick bursts and then that's it.
I meant more for your rituals. You seem to be able to just put them in your book and not need to
Oh.
memorize them each day.
Yeah.
In my
That-
mind, I have to have every ritual I want to cast in a day prepared.
Damn. That sucks. He turns to you kind of cockeyed.
It's not so bad right now, lad. I can't really think of my higher spells. So for now, I will be useful how I can.
Fair. Either way, I'm going to be hanging on to a little bit of my power each day, so apologies if my effectiveness itself is limited. I want to make sure that we have a backup in case something bad happens. That's what the diamonds are for, after all.
Are we talking on the boat or are we on the dock?
Hope and
Yes, we're on the boat.
Ulfgar are on the dock.
Okay, waiting for us.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
because we kind of split up to do our own things.
If you are, it would be only Foul that can hear it.
I think if Warden got dry, she'd probably head back over. So
Okay.
Yeah, dry
Ta-
in the sense of a very, very humid swamp. Relative term. But bearable.
not dripping water on the ground.
Yeah.
I live in
Sure.
a swamp. I understand.
After the geek out session between the two tinkerers, Weed would come back out too, I assume.
Yeah, so I'm gonna guess Warden's there first, so she'll just be like, "Hey, what you guys
We're all
talking about?
Together, ready to go.
What?
Well,
What are you guys talking about?"
Well, I
Seem
found.
to be having a nice close bond. Are you two? Oh, the scandal.
Val just looks up annoyed.
Foul
where
looks at
Walk-
Warden.
As
Warden,
we-
I can't be. He's just gonna be plain. Warden, I can't be loved, so there is no scandal.
Really?
as we're walking down the dock, scandalous. I love it. Love when conversations go this way. Tell me more.
Ulfgar, can you
They were
explain
talking about kissing under the docks.
Oh my god, that's so interesting.
Hope
I come up-
exhales, and he's
give-
like not
I give-
amused.
I give Hope a pat on the back.
Hope is
Wait,
not
Mark.
amused.
Just
Raybar, Wooden, pause a moment.
I
I
don't want
told Hope something yesterday, or actually it was 4 days ago, right? At this
Just
point,
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
4 days ago, I found some of the nature of the curse that was placed on Hope.
Do tell.
interesting.
I was waiting for Hope to see if he wanted to share it, but he seems to.
I cannot be loved at all.
I mean, we already knew that, but
No, like
Great ice to motherfucker.
Hope's entire demeanor just goes a little irritated.
I think he means literally.
At all.
Like-
Literally,
Mm.
not even my parents,
Yes,
as far as I understand.
As far as I could sense, every kind of bond that platonic, romantic. Love will elude hope. Or at
Well,
least,
good thing we don't love him. We just like to give him shit. Right, Warden? Raybar actually looks nervous.
I'm so sorry.
Is that a genuine apology from Morden? Or is that sarcasm?
Roll insight.
Okay.
Oh no!
You can't tell.
That tracks.
Out of game, I'm curious.
It was genuine.
It was genuine. Hope kind of looks at Warden cockeyed.
What?
You are very hard to read.
Thank you.
Was that genuine or an insult?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Weatherman.
Hope just visibly exhales through his nostrils.
Is that the phrase of the day for you, Warden?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Well, if you are curious, we found a scroll for Leoman's tiny hut, which should keep us safe when we're not traveling on the ship in the wilderness.
Does seem
That's
handy.
useful.
I just need 6 hours to transcribe it.
Well, why don't we... This seems like something we might want for the big trip, but going to Warden's father's should only take a few hours.
No, no, I agree. I'm not saying we start now, but probably if we go to sleep somewhere, I'm going to. You guys should probably set up watches. I'm going to spend the night transcribing the scroll. I won't be the most attentive.
Are you ever?
I mean, we're probably going to be sleeping on the boat.
but a curious ritual that might be useful in the future is alarm.
Mm.
Oh, we know
Jeez.
everything about that spell now, don't we? I read so much about that spell when we were trying to crack Penumbra's boat. I think I could probably transcribe it myself, and I don't know anything about magic.
I believe Warden has the greatest first-hand experience with it.
First-hand experience with what? This the.
Alarm.
No.
That was on Palumbra's boat.
Oh. Yeah, I guess you're right. I did forget about that. That's definitely a pain in the ass.
Good for us, bad for the other assholes who seek to. You understand? We should get going before we lose daylight, right?
I mean, don't you want to get all the tasty creatures in the swamp?
Hope gives you a deadpan look. I would rather, for once in our lives, have a trip be uneventful.
Wait,
But I know
I was trying to get us dinner earlier, but
wait. When you said
slippery
tasty
bastard.
monsters, were you talking about the monsters out there? Or are you talking about us being tasty to said monsters? Don't
No
you
comment.
dare fucking say it.
No comment.
Good.
Yeah, let's go. Fine. Don't break my arm over it. Come on. Let's go.
Hope will follow behind Warden. Oh God. Oh no. Wait. Okay, I didn't die. Sorry, Scott.
What's going on?
I thought my internet died because Raybar died. We are heading to Warden's father's.
Okay.
Oh.
Addled Alvin.
Getting on the ship, you have the option of keeping the operator there, like the taxi man, or just taking out. Would you like to keep him?
Oh, I understand. It took me a second. Warden, do you know the way there, don't you? Do we need the taxi?
I would rather not row.
I believe that me and Ulfgar will probably be the best suited to row.
Yeah, it's more of a
I-
gondola,
Okay.
big stick sort of method.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
It's
if
like
you're willing to do the extra work, then
Absolutely, thus. I would like to do some good, honest work.
Yeah,
Okay.
reminds me back home. Well, God.
I guess you're relieved, sir.
It's been some time. I've been spared that duty, but
I would say it can't be that hard, but and he looks down at his arms, these spindly arms, I probably won't be rowing shit.
You look at Raybar, and he's not like you remember him being large and pretty strong, but you've noticed that he's more refined. I mean, I've lost a little bit of the strength I used to have back when I was forging all day. But I think I can handle that. Wolfgar, you want to take turns? Take shifts on the stick.
I'll take the first one, Raybar.
All
Been
right,
some time. I'll let you know when I get tired.
sounds good.
Do I need to roll another survival check, or?
Not so much. These are safe areas for the most part. In between town and the Wardens, they have a pretty good track. So, as you go, you eventually arrive
Eric, I haven't been fucking off. Scott's been making a map for us.
at little Warden's outpost area.
Oh.
So let me.
That's cool.
Hey, this is a vibe, though. So as we're going, you're gonna see Hope just kind of mutter a few arcane words and disguise self into various different things as we travel. He hasn't done it in a while. It's not since Penumbra, and you see him shift back into that human form he had used.
Well, you look like a roulette of faces
Oh,
for a
yeah.
moment. What just
I
happened?
forgot. Where is it?
I'm just keeping practice up. That's all.
Sure. Not mildly terrifying at all.
I mean, and he shifts into a Raybar, albeit slightly shorter.
Don't do that. I might be prideful, but I'm not that egotistical.
Hope Hope laughs a bit and shifts back into his normal form.
Don't do that.
We have to have the cat.
Yes, the cat.
The
I
cat.
like how we're all the cat.
Yeah.
There we go. Now it's the proper figure. Big me and mini me.
The cat's name has to be Foul. The cat's name has to be Foul.
We're all the cat.
So Foul, this might sound a little rude.
Val just raises a brow as he's petting the cat.
What if we name the cat after you?
Val shrugs. He doesn't care either way as he keeps petting the cat.
Foul Junior it is.
Foul, since when did you get such a close bond to the cat? I thought she hated that thing.
Well, it doesn't like me.
Val just speaks up. Been 4 years.
That's fair.
Hope is gonna hold out a hand to the cat that Foul is petting. That is his familiar. That seems to take a shining to Foul more than himself.
And Warden and Raybar.
What happens, Scott?
Do what? Sorry.
Hope is reaching out to his own familiar that is currently being pet by Foul. Does he scratch at me like he usually does?
No, it's not so much the physical and body end. It's seeing through their eyes or hearing through their senses. Touch is not really in there. Looking through a video camera, that sort of thing.
No. He's asking if the cat scratches at him.
Yeah.
Like it did the last time he tried to interact with said familiar.
Oh yeah, the cat doesn't like you. At all.
I know this is thanks to my patron, but come on.
Wooden just kind of shrugs.
Val also shrugs.
Raybar shrugs.
Now does
I
the
like-
cat shrug?
Yes.
Does the cat shrug?
I like how it's sequential. In my mind, I'm playing it as it's just one right after the other. It's just kind of
Just
shrug,
one-
shrug, shrug.
Everyone down the line.
Literally standing in a line. Shrug, shrug, shrug.
Hope exhales.
Ulfgar probably sees everyone else shrugging and shrugs as well.
Ulfgar's just been very preoccupied the entire time.
The entire ride, if he wasn't on the stick, he was working in his book.
Yep.
Or I was working in my book, I should say.
So as we're traveling, Hope is going to transform into Ulfgar.
Albeit
And
slightly
do-
taller.
I'll be slightly taller. Yeah, I'm just going to do his best impression of Ulfgar. Just kind of messing around, not trying to make anybody feel bad.
What is their best impression of Ulfgar?
Yes,
It's
what is it?
bad.
Do
It's
it.
bad.
Do
You know
it.
what?
Roll
You know what?
performance.
I'm
Roll
gonna roll
performance.
performance. Because
Nat
it's
20.
funny.
Nat 20. Come on.
Damn.
Oh, maybe it's not bad.
Damn.
Except
It's real good.
the stutter never goes away.
Yeah. It's the perfect location of Ulfgar on a bumpy wagon.
Ugh.
You need more Baranor in your life.
It needs more Baranor in your life.
Too much paranoia, that's the problem.
There's a snake in my boot.
As you arrive, before you can really even step out of the boat, the small little cottage to the right, a figure bursts out. Oh, visitors! It is so nice to see you all. And it is
What?
Warden's father.
Oh, that was swans.
Hope's disguise dissipates.
And smiling and rushing towards you guys, he, closest person, wraps in a bear hug.
Okay, the fact that you
Wait.
found a similar mini kills me.
Wait.
The fact that you found a similar mini kills me, and I'm so here for it.
Wait. Isn't Warden leading the pack currently? Wouldn't she
No.
be in front?
No.
No, probably not. Not given the situation.
That would be foul.
Okay. Wraps Fowl
Or
in a giant
whoever.
hug, tries to lift him off the ground and swing around. Oh, it's been so long. I've usually had to run into town to meet you guys. Oh, my good.
Fowl
what
just stares
brings
blankly.
you to my humble abode. And
Fowl just stares blankly and just goes, "We've never met."
Well, I see where Warden gets crazy.
and yeah, this is not
Warden slugs Raybar.
Your father would never have done that. And as the way his eyes kind of are unfocused as he drifts through looking at you all, and not really, it's like he's daydreaming as he's speaking directly to you.
Yeah.
Warden?
I don't know what to make of this.
So, Warden,
This
things
isn't.
Fowl,
we have an issue, a mild issue.
Fowl does the best judgment test he can think of on the spot. He holds up Fowl Jr. to see how Fowl Jr. reacts to this.
Styles, when you react.
He starts trying to claw at the man.
Fowl just goes, "Judgment's been made."
Oh, little kitty cat doesn't like me. That's fine. Hey, y'all know animals aren't really liking me recently anyway, so I've stopped becoming so much of a warden and more of a juggler. And he picks up 3 stones and starts juggling until he really actually sees you, Warden, actually takes you in. One second.
Raybar is going to pull Warden to the side quickly.
Oh shit! I didn't mean to move Fowl Jr.
We have a small issue. One,
Yeah, that's putting it lightly.
well, doesn't he respond to Warden as well?
Yes, so as he looks at you, Warden, and takes you in. Oh! Finally! You've come home! And you guys see his lips move and maybe say a name, but you don't actually hear it. just the sound of screeching nails, glass nails on a glass surface.
Wait a minute.
What is
And
that
he rushes
sound?
over to you and
Ow.
embraces you. It has been so long since I've seen my daughter.
What?
Val just at this point, he quietly sneaks up on the guy, brings out the shotgun, flips it to a grip where he's got the butt of the rifle ready, and rears his arm back like he's ready to strike the man in the back.
You see Ray Barge? No, waving the hands. No. Without saying anything, just quietly trying to get your attention. Just no.
Val just
Warden's doing it as
stares and
well.
Yeah,
backs
hold your
away, but he's
attention.
ready all the while to knock the guy out because this is suspicious as fuck.
Oh no, this is sketch as fuck. This is a little sus, but
Holds Warden at arm's length. Oh, would you look at you? You've grown so much. Splitting image of your mother. Please,
Yeah.
come in, bring your friends in. Let's enjoy some food.
1 second, sir. Before you go, question. What was it that you just called a friend?
Oh, yeah, my only daughter finally returned safe and whole.
No,
no.
what was it? You said something.
I don't think they've ever heard my name, is what they want to know.
Yes. What is her name? She
Oh,
normally goes by pseudonym.
sorry, I didn't use your full name. I sometimes use the nickname that I gave you. Oh, and he starts like there's a tear falling as so many emotions are starting to overwhelm him. Yes. And no matter how
Okay,
many
that was
times-
creepy as fuck.
Yes, no matter
God,
how many
you
times
just
he
got
says it, his lips are moving as if he's saying something. You can't make it out what he's by
I
reading
wish I
the
had
lips,
observed.
but it's not the noise that's coming out.
Warden, why don't you
Um,
Warden, why don't you go with your father and get settled in? We'll get the stuff out of the boat.
Oh, I can help out with a boat. You
No,
can take care of
please.
yourself, right? Dad?
Please.
Val just shakes his head, stares at Warden, points away.
I can prepare something really quick. Let me. I've got a pot boiling. I'll just add more ingredients to make it worth.
does
bowl.
Warden know Celestial?
She would, yes.
In Celestial, Hope is just going to say, just go with him. This is already strange.
Just act nonchalant. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. This is confusing, and we do actually need to get stuff out of the boat.
I know.
All right. I just start power walking to the boat with the most confused look you've ever seen on Raybar.
No, Hope is equally as flabbergasted.
Val doesn't seem nearly as confused though. Like as they're walking, he instead is quietly loading a shotgun, shaking his head all the while.
I can hear E1M1 starting to play.
Like that's all Hope can do. He can't even like speak. He's like so flabbergasted.
Val just turns to Hope, points at the guy. Not him.
I'm gonna give.
And after
Hope
a long pause,
sober
he's gonna
slap.
go, he forgot. Remember?
I'm still
Hope just
giving.
nods.
I'm giving Hope a sober slap. You guys know
Okay.
what I mean. Just
The-
a snap out of it.
Thank you.
He didn't. We know for okay. Quick, just while she distracted him, we know he forgot. Now, Fowl, you brought that up from the letter and the messages that were sent.
Val would nod.
The thing is that we know it's not the Dryad because of the fact that he can't use the name. Whatever that sound is not the name. I really hope that's not one's real name. I can't pronounce that.
Val would actually shake his head at that and go, Dryad.
No, I don't think it's the Dryad.
Val would, Val would
look,
actually hold up a claw there, and point back. Remembers Wardens history. After a long pause, curse affects all.
Right. Except the one inflicting the curse.
Val would
Unless,
nod at that.
do we know that it works like that? It could. I mean,
Val just Val shrugs at that. That's his guess, really.
I mean, I like your guess. That works a
And
lot.
while you guys are doing this, Warden, he's gone in, the door swung closed behind him, and you hear him start to mess with some cooking equipment. You go in.
Can I help out? There's always a better cook than you.
When he was walking up, he said, "Yes, come on, please let me. Let's cook together like we used to." But you walked
Okay.
in.
Yeah, I'm walking on.
Okay. The door shut after he said that. You walked in, and suddenly you see your father.
Did we hear a slam outside?
More of a creaking close, and then and then Warden opens it and finds the arrow aiming for her face, ready to be drawn. Who are you? Why are you entering my home at this hour? No. Who are you?
Oh my god, what the fuck?
Sorry, I meant to enter one of the other cabins. They told me that this is the. Okay. Okay. I'm going. I'm
Don't
going.
go trespassing in other people's areas again. And you see your father in this one, this version of him, but mangled and warped by age and suffering over a long period of times. And this is probably the man that you would understand it to be after all the tragedy that he's faced. And as you shut the door,
Hey guys, he's gone.
oh come on, let's. You know how you like to gut the fish. Remember how I taught you?
Do we hear
Oh.
Gordon yelling?
Probably at this point.
Warden, we need
Val
some
would-
help at the boat.
They probably need some help unpacking. Let me go do that real quick, and then I'll come help with the dinner.
Of course. Just tell me all about them. I mean, you must have had so much fun at the academy. You have to tell me all about it. And I mean, I don't know if you graduated, but regardless, let's have a feast when you return. Let's see.
Later, I do need to help unpack.
And he closes the door.
Warden will jog over.
Val had already moved like halfway there to try to greet and just make sure that she wasn't waylaid on the way.
Yeah, no,
And
She'll
we're
hold up.
outside.
She'll hold up two fingers as she's jogging over, just to kind of get across her point.
Val would nod and just point at the cabin, and then just right in the air. DRYAD ? Question mark.
What you spell? Oh, did you write out dryad in the air?
Yeah, like he's not trying to say any sound in case that the creature's overhearing it.
Yeah, Raybar's gonna walk over.
Warden will nod.
Because Val just racks a shotgun, raises a brow.
Val, I thought something like this might await us. I prepared a spell, one that is low enough that should not draw attention. A zone of truth.
I don't.
Raybar's gonna, you know the cut it, the hand across, just looks at Ulfgar, and holds up a one finger for you could guess is about. Hold on a second, we should get away. Like he's kind of like doing gestures and miming, but
Warden will speak in Celestial.
that's
and
fair.
she will say, I don't think we should. And she'll point to the shotgun and just kind of do the cut it out motion.
Val would nod and just the safety back in place and store
we
them.
I definitely think we should move out of this area for the time being. I'll go whisper over to Ulfgar what's going on. Ulfgar,
Yes, Todd.
we are trying. We don't want the whatever that is to overhear us. I do understand what you're saying, but for now, maybe silence might be our best idea. Get out of here for the time being.
Let us step away from
But-
here then.
And
Raybar,
Celestial,
there's 2 of them. If we just leave him here,
is there two or is it like split personality?
Split personality.
That's what I thought.
gotta do something.
We can, and Celestial, we can, but not from a disadvantage that we're at with no information. We need to go back and get some more information.
What would you want to know? What are you hoping to find out? It's
Anything.
the Fae.
It's the. I understand that. I know nothing about them. I have a gun.
Exactly, and you're not going to.
I just don't think doing anything now is a good
And
idea.
Celestial Hope is going to turn to the both of them. Is it a split personality kind of thing, Warden?
Yes.
Would Fowl have actually heard about the nightmare regarding Nintra?
Yeah, I think we all did.
Yeah, I think it was. I
At
think
the,
it was
at the
shared.
very least, Warden started this entire thing saying that she was being beckoned, so.
Right. Yeah. So you know, have an
No,
idea.
I mean like the true Nintra.
Yeah.
Yes, we were all told.
Yes.
Hope is.
Yeah. About that.
Fowl actually walks over to Warden and goes, "Should I confront?"
I have a better idea. Raybar, grab hold of me.
Grabbing.
He goes blind and deaf.
Ah.
You
Yeah.
see Hope's eyes cloud over. And I'm going to ask the cat very politely to go up to this window.
You can do that with familiar.
I can give it a command as long as it is within 1,000
you
feet
can-
of me.
You can grab someone else with it?
No, I'm grabbing Hope, so that
Oh,
way
okay.
I'm basically Caleb's bow.
I misunderstood what you meant.
So position there.
That cat goes up, and inside you see Warren's father. It's almost like he's practicing ballet, the dance that he's making as he's cooking a fine dinner.
Is there anything, obviously aside from what we've been told, anything off about what he's cooking? Is there any arcane or fey fuckery
Make an
going on
insight
that I know?
Make a what check?
Insight.
Insight. And Hope will be like describing in Celestial as
I'm
he
so
does
sorry
so.
for the rest of the party who can't speak Celestial.
Shit.
Yep.
Well, as you're peering in, you peer a bit too deeply, and he sees you on the window, drops the tongs that he's using, and grabs looks like a tomahawk, and gets ready to throw it at you. And
I will point out,
that-
it is the cat that he just interacted with.
Yes, at that he changes, and well, somebody should have kept their cat on a leash, and throws it at the cat. Dinner. And it's a complete change from what he was before, even with a 3 insight. The axe goes sailing into the cat.
The cat disappears.
No more cat.
Poof.
And you see Hope just kind of flinch as his eyes suddenly refill with color and his ears strain. That. The minute he saw, and he's still speaking in Celestial, I want to point out, The cat. It's like she changed back into an old hunter.
Yeah, that sounds like Dad.
Fowl
Wait,
actually just looks between them and wasn't the cat actually had fey features?
Yes. It was
Fowl then gesture at the window. Possible rival.
That's possible, but
What about me?
well,
Why don't we just all go in?
he's going to shoot us, and I would rather not have to fight Warden's dad. And something tells me Warden wouldn't want that either.
No, I wouldn't.
Fowl just gestures to the surrounding area. Plenty of material. Rope.
Warden,
Yes.
are there any empty shacks in the nearby area?
Warden gestures to the area in front of them.
I didn't know if this was a village or what. Sorry.
It's like an abandoned outpost almost. Is that the
Yeah,
feel?
so basically, it's kind of a place for hunters to gather. If they're, because hunters can, the hunters and gatherers and
It's a hunter's lodge.
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes they need extra places to sleep during some seasons, or their own houses get destroyed. But most of the time, it's a kind of communal living area for the nomads. Everyone sticks to their own place, and you best not be walking into their homes.
Got another question.
Yes.
Can we see this?
Probably, yeah. And you remember it from when you were a kid. It was the symbol of Edwin himself.
Okay.
I
Not
don't see
in
how
the
that's going to help us.
Who founded this place?
I didn't know if it was. I didn't know if it was a statue of a deity or not. That could potentially answer questions.
I mean, we had a little shrine, but I think it got destroyed.
To who?
Eldath?
Out of character, is that one of the ones?
Say again, who is one of the ones?
Eldath?
Eldath.
Is that it?
No. There's a complete list in the long-winded explanation form.
No, for the gods that died.
Eldath was not one of them, though.
It is
No.
on the list. More glorious lore.
I mean, I can try. I could.
He's not. The list is.
Saloon,
Sheeple.
Bishop, God's misfortune is dead, and I will have to roll again at the end of this session. So it could be Eldath.
I could try to figure out if there's a spell affecting him.
I mean, likely. We are dealing with the Fae.
Well, you said.
If we can.
What
You guys are
was?
still speaking all this in Celestial, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
Sadly. I feel so bad, but it's to keep him from hearing us.
Wait, Ulfgar, aren't you in my? Wait. Hope wouldn't write to you, knowing what that happens.
Oh, yeah,
It wouldn't
it's,
even matter.
it's,
Hope
well,
wouldn't
no,
write
he's
to you
not-
because
no,
he knows
no,
that.
No. He's not possessed. And your
Oh,
magic,
and it never goes into my head. It goes onto my book.
right?
Is that
And he's not possessed
correct,
currently.
Scott?
What goes in your head versus the book?
I have Book of what is it?
Yeah, the
Book of Shadows.
Where you can
I can cast spending through the book, and if I receive a message back, it gets written into the book. It doesn't go into my head.
No.
Right. So, and he's also, just for clarification for future communications between the party, the sending issue only happens when they are possessed currently, like avatar form.
If they are currently possessed by a god, Ulfgar style,
But-
the eyes glowing.
Okay.
Okay.
then as this conversation is going, Hope is just going to be effectively transcribing the conversation to Ulfgar because you are in my book.
Also, Fowl is going to be leaning over Hope's shoulder the entire time reading it because he can't understand Celestial either.
Yeah, it's just the common language that a lot of us know.
So if Ulfgar wants to say something, you can just say it through my book.
I picked it
Gotcha.
up because I knew you guys were using it a lot.
Okay, with your ranger bonus.
Yeah, with my ranger bonus.
Nice.
So Hope holds up one finger, and you see him just rip out his book of shadows and just hurriedly scribble everything that's been said so far to Ulfgar. Now it's all sounding like Hope into your head, but
I like to think it's an audiobook. Raybar said.
kinda.
This audio program was presented to you by Hope.com. Hope.
He
Take-
has
Hopefully
none.
don't die this session. So what's the plan?
Back at the matter of hand. So yes, the Fae is an issue. What was the shrine for the god of what?
It's not a god.
It's
It's the legendary
Edwin.
adventurer who founded
No.
this place.
No, you said that you had a small shrine to a god. That
My
was
mother
destroyed.
did before she left. I don't know if it's still here.
Did
And
your father
even
worship?
then, I don't think it's an issue because my dad was a non-believer.
All right, I'm just clearing out other lesser possibilities. That's all.
That's not a bad idea.
If you are to look where that is, you would find it destroyed.
So, noted.
Warden wouldn't even know where it is, so.
Pissy got section.
You
Right.
know.
Well, Faye, what do we know?
Make a nature or arcana check. Different
Can
checks will be
I
different.
I'll
make
just-
that check as well?
Yes, anyone
Can
who's
I also?
proficient and warden.
Anyone who's proficient, do I get to? Cause like
In history or
I'm not
Never
in
mind.
either.
Never
Oh,
mind.
history or arcana?
But
I
there
think
is
I
one
thought
thing that
You
Fowl
said,
can
you
add.
said nature or arcana as well.
There is one thing that Fowl would actually try to take the quill from Hope to add,
history.
just because it isn't something that necessarily requires a check here because it's already happened. He's going to say, "Do not give your names written in the book."
That I think you can do that.
It doesn't matter. I mean, you're
I
constantly.
mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. You can just
I
hold
know.
the book and show everyone.
No,
Yeah.
what happened is I said something, so you probably would have been writing it to those two as well, so they could have responded to it. So it's fine.
He's just doing that to try to get around the his speech issue,
Right.
and also because if he speaks up, it may hear.
So, nobody knows anything about the Fae. Great. We know they're tricksters, assholes, and
They steal names.
there's
May
still
I-
names. There's something else we know.
May I make a
So,
suggestion?
Quick
Yes.
What-
point of note. I would have ruled that in this case, Warden has an advantage. So,
Nat 20, let's go.
yeah, Warden, you know that tricksters, fun tricksters, and more. Sorry, it's not tricksters. It's extremities. It's extreme versions of the material world. So, the Fae is just everything that the material world is taken to 11. So if you go there and a tree on this side is a 40-foot Goliath tree that turns into an ent when you take a root under its left branch. The laws of order are not really present there. There are many Fae, and they can be anywhere from the most helpful Lady of the Lake giving magical swords out to kings, or curing all diseases, all for the price of like a soul, all the way to eating babies for breakfast as long as they're albino. And there's nothing ordinary about them. So something like this, even if even with a natural 20, the best explanation you have is Fey stuff. He was touched by the curse first, probably, and was changed somehow. And being around this Fey that is now living somewhere in the woods, and him being so deep in the woods, he's probably gotten affected by it. So, like, if you guys stayed for a long period of time in this place where it's so close to a powerful Fey creature, you might become addled in some way as well. Um, but yeah, hard to explain Fey.
So, anyway, my best guess is that whenever he comes out, we're seeing the hospitable side.
But when we go in, he becomes himself again.
We're being seen as intruders.
Here's the thing, even with that, that's a wrong assumption. Having it be ordered like whenever he comes out or whenever he comes in would be against what the Fae naturally are. This is random. This is drop of a hat. Oh, he looked away from you for a second. He blinked another second. It's completely random.
I don't think that there is anything we can do other than perhaps deal with the source of the problem.
Which would be our glassy friend,
Maybe?
or the dryad.
Depends on which one is closer.
It could end up being a problem that's both. Hope is going to write in the book and then talk to you all at the same time. In Celestial, we need to come up with nicknames that we're not afraid of losing.
Val just recites a number, like a 5-digit number. What was the one that Calibra called him again?
I'll have to.
Because he's reciting that number. It's his prisoner number.
Probably need to go back and check.
That's why I record sessions, which I'm an idiot and haven't put anything up recently.
Sorry,
It
I
is
can't
okay.
remember off the top of my head.
Inmate number 4395.
Warden, you've already got yours. Raybar?
Sorry,
So Val would be going by 4395.
I had to unleash the tidal wave, so I had to dip for a second. Sorry.
Hope is saying that we should probably not be referring to each other in our actual names moving forward.
Okay, so pseudonyms.
So pseudonyms, yes.
Okay.
Actually, I kind of like my name. I think I'm gonna go with Pelumbra.
Hope starts to laugh.
Actually, I've got
Val actually smiles.
Otherworldly eyes fall upon you when you use that name.
I know
It's
a name.
even worse.
I think she's not a fake.
I know a name I can use. Well, Hope. How about a pain in your fucking neck? What was his name? Do you spell his card?
Oh, the vampire.
Correct.
What was
We're
his
just
name
gonna
again,
piss
Scott?
off everyone. I actually have it written down. 1 second.
Wait, no, I have a better name. I am Nathaniel Stargazer.
Oh my god.
And
Got
Hope
the
will.
poor lad expelled. Was that not enough?
By doing this exact same thing, actually, to be 100% honest.
Hope thanks very much. Well, I guess I don't have anything unique, so Heartless might work.
The unloving one.
Well, I felt that was going to be a little on the nose.
I do enjoy making titles. We have the Forgotten One.
And Hope was gonna write into his book, Ulfgar, your pseudonym. What is it?
Ulfgar writes back, "My name has lost all meaning already. You can use Ulfgar."
Wow.
So I don't know who is looking over Hope's shoulder into the book,
That'd be
but
foul.
on receiving that, the rest of you see Hope's face just turn and grimace, and then he turns back to Ulfgar. In common, are you okay?
Val just also turns and reaches down to Ulfgar to rest a hand on his shoulder. Just like, it's okay.
There.
They say time will heal all wounds. I don't know how much of that I have left. I'm all right for now, lad.
Val would then just speak up, or he wouldn't speak it, he would just point at the book and just whisper under his breath. Different choice.
Just writes Frost.
But
All right, Frost it is.
Steve.
Speed.
Speed.
What is Steve?
It's
Oh,
Steve,
God.
but with a P.
No, hang on.
No, I don't.
And since you got a natural 20, I will say, in Fae, names have power, yes, and using your name means that they will understand you on a very deep level, and you will be able to, like, they'll be able to turn tricks and make illusions and run deals that would directly
They have complete power over
they would
you.
directly twist you in the way they want. It wouldn't be, I'm going to take over your body. It would be like a seductress who has known your entire life and knows how to twist you.
Yeah, so no true names.
Yes. So, yeah, if you said a true name by them, that would happen. However, it doesn't actually give them power over you directly. Lots of
Yes.
influence, gaining like triple advantage for persuasion checks, that kind of thing. But
Still using Nathaniel.
it
Anytime
would
I
take you offering your name to have complete control.
Like Warden did.
I'm just gonna point this out as well. Anytime Raybar needs to use a pseudonym, it is Nathaniel.
Okay.
I post the source of that into memes, by the way.
Okay.
Speed.
She believed he lied. Sabif.
All right, so Frost, Heartless, Nathaniel, Penumbra, Foul?
No, Val is 4395.
Oh, that. Okay, that works. A little. That doesn't.
But I will also just add a secondary note. 1 second.
But question about true names. This is just overall true names. Are you there? Or am I dying?
Yes. So all
Okay.
of these code names and things like, Mitra
Penumbra.
uses the Princess of Shadow Glass, or Warden uses Warden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for true names, just for future reference and just for my own brain, is it both of your name, both of your given names, or you're given in your family name, or is it just what you go by? So like for me, would it be Raybar or would it be Raybar Bastille?
Yeah, it's variation of power. If you just say your true first name, there is that degree of influence. It's it's a sliding scale. If you use your full name, that's when you get the full-on triple advantage. Knows exactly your history and who you are as a person.
Because at that point you gave it willingly.
Yeah.
Right.
He's
Okay.
panicking
And
because they threatened him.
And that applies to the given birth name, right?
True names are
Your-
generally your universal name. So
What
technically,
you were given with at birth by the person that was there.
Okay.
Your
That's
name's not
fair.
Foul, is it?
Oh no. Remember, he
No,
was
I mean-
abandoned on an orphanage. He
Yeah.
had a name and they lost it. He is technically safe without realizing.
And unfortunately not. If you were named very early on, there is a bit of sway room with that.
It's
'Cause-
the Fae. They're willing to leave
yeah, basically
loopholes.
your
Yeah.
name, in fact even Warden is a bit of a shaky ground because what it is it's a stamp that you use to have identified yourself with. So if it's a new name like right now, they would know who you are for the last, day. Not enough to actually do anything with. But if you had used a false persona for a couple decades, that would be your name.
They would get that information.
Yeah, so Warden
Oh
is...
dear.
I feel like the
Oh,
amount of the
dear.
amount of time you wear a name dictates the amount they learn
Mhm.
on a when you took the name basis.
Yes.
Am I interpreting that correctly?
Yeah.
Last question on the whole name thing. Just
Okay.
as a, if we're using somebody else's that exists name, would they get power over them?
No. Doesn't look
No.
like that.
So if I were
Because
to
you're
like,
taking the name itself.
right, okay, I don't want to fuck Nathaniel over more. I mean, I've already screwed him. But...
That poor wizard.
He just wanted to be a bard.
Oh my god.
Punchable face.
Oh my days. Okay.
I love the fact that I've also decided to throw Pelumbras at the ring.
Hope turns to, I guess Heartless turns to Penumbra. I gotta get used to this now.
Oh boy, what have I done?
Is there a way to, if I can figure out what's, yeah, you said it was due to proximity,
I don't
wasn't
think
it?
it's a spell. I think it's just influence.
Why are we...
Which means if we solve one, we may solve the other.
Can I point something out? We have been unloading the boat for a very long time, and I understand that. He might be getting confused,
If he remembers.
if he remembers. So much is going on. But... bull by the horns?
Just do it.
Fine.
go.
Rip the band-aid off.
Yep. Away, Heartless.
If I would actually try to push past them, going, no, me first. Just because he's
Yeah.
got the armor.
Super handy.
Shotgun, please.
Okay.
Ulfgar, what do
Val
you
just
mean?
looks back
Pelumbra.
at Pelumbra. Or sorry, 4395 looks back at Pelumbra and
This is gonna get out of hand so fast.
and looks at her, looks from boot to head, then back to boot. You not handle, and then just turns back around. Like he just judged you as unable to wield a shotgun because of how much kick it has.
That's not what I was asking. Don't kill my dad.
Don't kill my dad.
Val just looks at her and goes, "Me, murderer." Like he's
More likely than you
offended. He's like he's acting offended, but it's like, you know, that typical dramatic cat. Oh, you caught me! And oh no, yes.
He's being an asshole.
No. More so like he's trying to pretend to be innocent when it's very clearly what he was considering. But he does actually. He hasn't taken the shotgun off his back or anything. He's actually just left it there with the safety on.
Oh, and by the way, it's getting late by now. It's 10 o'clock or 9:30.
This
Instead
is
of
going to be a very late dinner.
Instead of actually just entering, though, he's going to just knock politely at the side of the door frame 3 times.
Frost.
Who is it?
Guests.
He's gonna turn to Ulfgar.
Guests. And he opens the door. Oh, what a coincidence! I actually was able to make a whole bunch of food. Just I don't know why, but come in, come in. I have plenty of food to share.
Val would slowly walk in, just nodding, going, thanks.
Okay, now how do you, Warden? Well, sorry. It's been so long. He rushes over and hugs you, Warden, and kisses you on the cheek.
Dad, come on. It's too touchy-feely, too
Oh,
touchy-feely.
right, I'm sorry. You must have. I mean, you spent so much time at the university. How was it? Please tell me all about it as we eat.
Hope is gonna motion for Raybar to pass him. And he is going to step to the
Also-
side a bit.
Also, my internet's dying because there's a storm coming in. Just as a point.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end anyway.
And is going to stand right outside with Ulfgar. And just keep a keen ear in.
I like the trees in his house.
Yeah, they're mossy effects.
No, it's a cheeky way to do moss. I'm here for it.
Uh, well, so you begin eating, and he's the same as he was, and while there isn't a set rule, it's more of if he turns around and breaks complete contact with you all, turns a corner. And that seems to be the general guideline of what makes him change. He does switch a few times in the middle of it, but shrugs it off like, okay, this seems weird. I must have forgotten something. Who are you guys? And he switches back. Oh, Warden, you're back. I'm so glad to see you again. It's been years. Ever since
some point during the dinner, I would, when he's in the jovial, right? When he's in his jovial high, I want to ask him his name. Because we don't know his name yet, technically. We quote unquote know his name.
I will point out that Ulfgar is ritual casting Detect Magic.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, you know better than to ask those kind of questions here. Bad person. Bad key.
When it switches, I'm gonna do the same.
When it switches, he says, who are you? Tell me yours.
My name is Nathaniel Stargazer. What is yours?
I'm Alvin Hawker.
Pleasure to make an acquaintance.
Very well. Oh, Warden, you're back! Oh, I've missed you. It's been years. And it goes on all night long until you guys eventually are ushered into one of the main communal housings because not a lot of people can sleep in here.
I would like to point out that I would want to go back to the boat to sleep. So I would kind of motion first.
But in the time while we're
You're
there,
going to sleep on what is essentially a raft.
Go ahead, Ulfgar.
yeah, in the time we were there, did I detect any magic here or nearby?
Did you cast detect magic?
Yeah,
Yes,
he
ritually.
said it in chat because we were talking.
Ah, sorry. Yeah. Upon doing that, you are blinded.
Ooh,
What?
You're
there's a
blinded.
great deal of magic around me.
The air itself is magic.
Can I get the sense of what type of magic
No
pervades the air?
It's everywhere.
No, but it
It
normally
tells you
me
the
what
school.
Yes.
So is it?
It would, but at the same time,
It might be just so many. It's
Yeah,
just
so
overwhelming.
much,
yes.
so much. Yeah,
It might be literally a sensory overload kind of
Yeah.
situation.
That is a sensory.
I figured it probably illusion or enchantment, or both.
There's
but-
you kept pieces of that and everything else.
Occasion, some divination there, a little bit of conjuring here.
I think sleep is evocation.
Dunamancy's there. Sleep is enchantment.
Ulfgar just like, yeah, he kind of just detects magic, and then there's a moment where Hope, who's also outside, just Ulfgar just reels back and almost drops into a drink and says, "Oh,
Hope, you can see Hope kind of his fingers start to crackle because he's not sure.
Arthas, great deal of magic everywhere here."
He exhales as you speak a coherent sentence.
No, lad, my eyes aren't glowing. I just was blinded inside.
Holy shit!
He doesn't quite know that that's the tell. He has a -1 insight.
Sorry about that.
You said we're surrounded by magic.
Everywhere, everything in the air. In
It-
fact,
it-
and he kind of just like, he's kind of blinded and kind of doesn't tell where you are. He kind of detects it by the voice and just stops concentrating on the spell. Can't even see for the essence of it.
Hope is going to scribble in his book to Raybar, who is the third person out of his 3 that could be in that book. We should not sleep here. It would be unwise.
Okay.
At that
Are you guys
point, I'd
sleeping,
be like-
or are you guys gonna take a point of exhaustion to row all the way back to?
Well, I was hoping that it was like, I think I said something to begin with, is that we would be coming back to the boat. Like the journey would be one day.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
that, I was talking about that before we left.
Fair enough. As well, as long as you sleep in the next day, you won't take a point of exhaustion.
Right.
But on the travel, you would technically have exhaustion.
It would be the idea is that we'd get there late, but probably end up sleeping in. That was the idea. So,
Oh, going all the way back to the boat, not
Our
the
boat.
raft.
our boat.
Yeah.
That's
But
the
you can
idea that
certainly
I
do
had,
that.
but whatever people
Yeah, I
want.
was on board with that. He does not want to stay in this area.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
He doesn't even know what's
decide to
going on. He
leave.
just doesn't want to stay around near a possible fae.
Yeah, you decide to leave.
All right. As
Well-
we decide to leave, Ulfgar will say then, I could again begin the ritual once we set sail, and I'm curious when the magic would lose some of its potency, and perhaps I could tell some more as we leave this place.
How strong was that spell that you just used? It didn't see. It seemed to take hold, and Hope
Is-
Hope wants to say usual manner, but as he starts the word, he bites it back.
It is a simple ritual. When I first became an acolyte, it was one of the first ones I've learned.
Oh wait, is this protection?
Oh, do you mean the protection from evil and good?
Well, he's not.
Oh.
He's not certain what spell you're referring to.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, yeah. The preventing possession. Yes, that would be protection from evil and good. But yes, first level as well. But that only lasts 10 minutes.
Mm. We should discuss it on the way back.
And he writes back, "This is what I hope to levy if I need to fight. But it has many uses. Perhaps it will protect me from Baranar's gaze as well."
I'm going to be honest. I'm not exactly hopeful, but it could still be useful in this case. Warden, it's getting late. We should return.
Yeah, I think you've had enough time taking up my company.
And at that, Raybar leaves. He gives like a slight bow. Thank you for having us, and
Whoever those
gone.
strangers were. Okay, you guys leave, and who's
As
driving?
hang on,
Yeah.
as Warden leaves, she's gonna say hi to Tanya for me.
two time.
At that, he says, "How do you? Oh, I will, of course, know her. Never mind. Be gone with you." and come again some other time. With that mentioned, it switched much more rapidly than you ever saw before.
But you broke it.
Broke him a little bit, yeah.
Got a record scratch.
This is good information. That is
Right.
good information. That is
I'm-
very good information.
I'm gonna start rowing. Once we all get back to the boat, row my little boat down.
Ulfgar will ask Hope to hold his hand for a bit and just have detect magic active as we start going away to see if he can, like, as we leave, if he can make out more.
Raybar,
About
look, they're holding
how the boundaries are.
hands.
I know, isn't it so scandalous? What about Mallory?
Hope is visibly getting irritated. Like, not like, fuck you guys, like he's getting visibly angry.
It means that we're doing our job correctly.
Val just shakes his head at that.
I'm gonna tell her. She
Oh,
deserves
no.
the right to know.
No, don't you do that. Don't ruin a good thing.
What's your AC, Warden?
15.
As you say that,
Oh,
also,
shit. Take 5 points of force damage, and the other one will just go careening off to the side.
It doesn't hit
Yeah.
me? Cool.
Ulfgar
You
will
know what?
add
17.
Okay, the second one doesn't hit. It
Attack
cheeks off your armor. Yeah, he threw an Eldritch Blast at Warden for being an ass.
Okay.
Non-lethally, he's not looking to actually, like, pierce her. It's not like that.
Son.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'll row for the first half and give it Ulfgar the second.
And Hope is hanging on to Ulfgar, letting Ulfgar do his thing with detect magic.
Warden's probably seeing stars.
God, how far out does
Val
the,
just
does the
takes
magic?
over for directing the boat or rowing, whatever Warden was up to, while she's out of it.
What were you saying, Ulfgar?
Oh yeah, Scott, how far out does the magic extend from where we as we start going
as
away?
you are casting it, I mean, it's blinding and it's staring at the sun. It's bad, but as you get closer to the town, it does dim.
So it's
It
like
is-
a blanket, not less than an
Yeah.
area of effect.
Yeah,
That wanes in effectiveness as we get further away from this place, correct?
Yeah.
and then as we get to the town, I guess, can I start detecting what schools is in the air? What schools of magic just kind of fills the air?
Let's see. It would be
Why do we always have to go to the swamp level?
at the very edge of it. Um, it would be a combination of illusion and conjuration. Those were the main ones, but a couple other evocation stuff sprinkled in.
What was I saying? Oh, would seem our eyes will play greater tricks on us as we travel further. We knew some of this. Conjuration as well.
Illusion and conjuration magic, then. All right. Which
Okay.
means probably summoning of
Indeed.
a sort.
Though perhaps our minds will be relatively safe. Did not detect much enchantment. Though perhaps it's only because we're at the edges of it.
We'll find out. Also, Hope is starting to feel kind of bad, and you're going to get a healing light, Warden.
Roll one.
You actually go back up to max.
Damn it.
Interesting. So, Scott,
Yes.
Thank
is the
you.
journey back anything eventful at all?
I would throw in a night encounter for Swamp, but that would just
Drag out.
be
Yeah.
a combat that wasn't needed. What is needed though is as you arrive at Edmund's Cove, there we go.
I am enjoying this music too much.
Yes, it's you are greeted by as you're rowing in, by the chieftain, the woman, Kanala, and she is there ready to. She has a bunch of supplies packed up on on a little larger of a raft. Oh, you're back. You've been gone for a while. I was about to send supplies.
How long is a while?
3 days.
So,
Uh, 3 days?
3 days?
That
I was
doesn't
a little
surprise me
worried
at
that
all.
you would be able to get enough food or something happened to you. You're about
It's.
to send in a...
I'm just gonna lay it on flat. It's been a few hours. Don't go to the hunter's lodge.
Welcome to the Feywild, folks.
What do you mean?
We've only been gone for a few hours.
Well, it confirms a suspicion. We thought he was just crazy, but he came by a year after leaving, saying he's been gone a month. I thought that was just crazy talk, but we need to get.
I mean, to be fair, we could also just be crazy. We've been.
Oh no, yeah, you guys could.
Foul shakes his head and goes,
Could be a
"No,
spell
quite sane."
cast on you guys, but we will end tonight's session there.
Scott, before we go, I want to roll for my design.
Go for it.
Yeah. That'd
Come
be
on, Ray Brother.
Tinker's tool check,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Actually-
Dex.
Yes.
Okay, so it's
Just
Dex
seeing how
plus
well you can make the
proficiency.
design.
Yes.
God, can I actually have a? This might be probably very high DC, but can I actually use my navigator's tools to ascertain how much time has actually passed by looking at the stars?
Make a nature check with advantage.
Okay.
That's cheeky. I'm here for it.
That's the roll for the designs I've sent you in DMs.
That's a 20. That's a 20 total.
Dirty 20.
It's a dirty 20, but it's a 20 nonetheless.
yeah, with the 20, you could do that. It
Yeah?
won't be like deep, but it'll be that design.
What was it that you said?
It won't be like deep, like inlaid, like several layers deep. It takes different
What?
tools, but it will be that design. You will get that design now.
Okay.
Wolfgar, I don't think it matters, my friend.
Yeah, I got a 19 or 18, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, you had advantage. I am brain smooth.
Yes. Yes.
I saw the natural one and my eyeballs went, ah, shit.
Yeah. So Scott, can I make out anything in terms of like?
So nature 2. Oh yeah, advantage 18.
19. You rolled a d4.
Oh right.
Yeah, if guidance applies, I don't know if it would
so
apply
the
for
stars
this.
don't tell you anything as far as a couple days are concerned. The moon, on the other hand, it has progressed a little bit.
Okay.
A little more than it should.
As
have,
I
yeah.
kind of like, the chieftain has the right of it. At least if I can, the phases of the moon are anything to judge.
Like I said, I'm not surprised.
All I know is I'm tired.
I tied.
But I'm gonna go back, sketch up the actual blueprints for those, and head to bed.
I think I'm glad we didn't stay there.
Well, perhaps the god plague would be over by the time we return.
Yeah, that's always an option. But
For better or for worse.
that's
It- Imagine if we had left that way.
Imagine if we just did that. Oh my god.
It'd be so fucked. I feel like I don't think I could in good conscience do that.
We're gonna spend 2 years in the Feywild Forest and just what?
Wait the god plague out.
We
Anime
fucking
training
might. Don't
montage.
joke. That might be an actual possibility.
If you
It's a
guys-
possible solution.
No, not a solution. That might just be something that fucking happens.
No, there are world
Scott-
events that do happen.
Would that hurt you, Scott, if we just skipped all of the God Plague?
No, that would just change it to be a probably
Horribly fucked up boss fight.
post-apocalyptic battle, depending
Yeah.
on who I won the battle.
And
Oh,
we
we
would go
could-
from there.
Hey,
Oh god, that'd be a whole other can of worms.
But yeah, let's
Hey.
just don't
Yeah,
spend
this
an
work
entire
is-
year in that place.
would this work as some sort of hyperbolic time chamber though? Can we just power level if we stay there for a year?
It'd be in reverse,
Yeah, if you
honestly.
reverse- you would negatively level versus out here.
Because it would take you longer.
Yeah, yeah.
Like time per experience. If we find something that's the inverse,
Not to
Dude.
mention, if we wait too long,